Hi guys, oh my gosh, look at me. How can I forget my notes? I'll be back. Hey, it's the notes and lyrics. Guys, how are you? I'm not going to take long in doing this. No, we're not doing that today. Let me pause this. Kendrick can wait for a second. Let me say hello to my sexy slayers, because that's what you guys are. Yeah, how are you, my sexy slayers? And if by now you don't know what sexy stands for, I mean, I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to imprint it on your minds. S can be for successful, smart, sharp, succinct. E is for excellent. E is for exquisite. E is for educated. E is for edified. Yeah, I've added a new one today, guys. But it's X where it's at for us. It's the X, because I keep on telling you, X is a strong letter by itself. It's just so strong. It just gets there to the point so quickly. So, because of that reason, and because we can't find nothing in the dictionary that sounds so good that I could use X, I thought X is going to be for excelling. Why? Because we don't need no E. We still sound like we're excelling without the E, even if we just depend on the X. Yeah. So that's what you are, you're excellers. And I'm talking to you guys, you sexy slaves. You're slaying in your houses. You're slaying at your work. You're slaying in your business. You're slaying in your schools. You're slaying in your exams. Yeah, those GCSE exams that my daughter's taking. Baby girl, you're slaying in those too, okay? I love you. You're slaying in those exams. Don't think about it, just do it. As I always tell you, okay? And yeah, I had to give a little message in this. Why not? I mean, why not? You're slaying in your colleges, you're slaying in your universities, you're slaying in your workplaces, you're slaying in your businesses, you're slaying in your conglomerates, and you're slaying in your empires. And guys, you are slaying in those vision boards that you wrote back in December/January times when you lot went to like those sipping places, and they were telling you how to do the vision boards, and you wrote down all the things that you want. Yeah, you're slaying still in that, in May. In all the places of the world, all the lands that you want to penetrate yourselves in with your gifts and your talents, you're already slaying there, guys. How are you doing today? Yeah, how are you doing, guys? Guess what I'm doing today? Guess what I'm doing? I mean, it's out of the norm for me. Let me just not lie, because I'm not a hip-hop girl like that. I mean, I like a few songs here and there. I don't have any hip-hop albums. I don't do them things there because I just don't. There's just some songs, you know, I'll double in it. I'll double. But apparently Kendrick Lamar has been away for 5 years. And he's come back with a new album. His other 4 or 5 albums, I've never listened to them, let me not lie. But he's come back with this new album. And I thought, why not double into it and tap into the biggest album of the world right now and give you guys some psychosexuals. Yeah, why not, guys? It's the most appropriate thing I can do right about now. Why? Because I'm going to be using the psychosexuals that I learned in regards to sexology, in regards to the human mind when it comes to sex. And I'm going to apply it to popular culture, popular music, music that we listen to, music that moves us in different ways, whether it's through the music, whether it's through the lyrics, whether it's through the beats, whether it's through the bass, whether it's through the songs, whether it's through the meanings of the songs that it gives us, or gives you personally, because everybody has a different meaning for every song that they listen to, unless it's really openly sexually explicit, and then we know, there you go, sexualization again, yeah. But Kendrick Lamar, from what I've seen and heard of him, I mean, he is a lyrical genius. He uses words in different ways. And I'm just going to give you a disclaimer now, guys. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm a trainee sex and relationship therapist. Listen, I've finished my course, my 2-year course. Yeah, it's finished, guys. All I've got to do is one more thing. Actually, 2. And then, okay, actually 3. Yeah, 3. But those 3, I had over 20 things or 30 things to do 2 years ago. And I've only got 3 more things to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Sooner or later, that trainee bill will be kicked out of the window. And I'll just be your latest sex and relationship therapist. Yeah, I will be. But for now, guys, I have to use that disclaimer because you know I want no problems. I mean, it's up to you. You can take what I say, you can leave it. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm going to be doing the psychosexuals for the song DieHard, featuring blxst and amandareifer or reifer. I'm saying it the 2 ways because I don't know which way you pronounce it, girl. I don't want to make no mistakes with your name. Okay, I've got to give you that respect. I hope it's not completely different, it's different. But one of those 2 I'm hoping is that one. One of the 2. And the album is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it has a history from the past of his albums. I don't know One thing I'm going to say, and it's another disclaimer, I am looking at the psychosexuals of this song. I could look at so many other things because I feel like there's so many different messages, me can't lie to you. There's a plethora of ways that I could have analysed this song. It wasn't just about psychosexuals, it's about so many other things. But I'm going to be focusing on psychosexuals. Music and music doers convey words and meanings through their songs. They could be blatant, they could be undertone, they can be symbolic, they could be sexual, they could be wisdomic, if that's a word. It could be the going through the twists and turns of his mind and what he thinks, and he's putting it down on paper, and then when other people think of it, they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought of it like that, but it sounds so good. And that's the lyrical genius bit of it. From the background of what I've learned about Mr. Kendrick Lamar, he had a sex addiction, and I call it addiction because sometimes you act in certain ways based on things that might have happened to you in the past. Sex is a natural thing. We don't seek outside pleasure for sexual gratification. We can actually get it by ourselves if we wanted to, and so when you say sex addiction, to have an addiction, you go outside yourself to actually get it, and that will give you the happy highs that way. But with sex, you already have the happy highs in you. You already have the happy dopamine in you. You already have all the happy hormones in you. It's about releasing it, and some people choose to release it in a certain way that seems addictive, but it could be that looking in their past, there's something that happened, and they use sex as a soothing mechanism, if you can say it in that respect. I'll explain in another video. Let me just stick to what I'm coming to do today, okay? Because I'll talk too much, guys. Let me just give you small. You know what I'm saying? And he is, he's been with his partner for a while, from what I know. He's got 2 children. So it's a deep relationship. There's been a lot of history there. A lot. So yeah, for him to kind of make a song to kind of reference things that he's done to her and stuff like that. Apparently there's a song that he talks like clearly about what he did, all his infidelities. Oh, well, don't worry about that, I'll be going there soon. Oh, he's had multiple affairs on his partner, and he just admitted it a few weeks ago. Well, I mean, he admitted it on one of these tracks, and it came out to us a few weeks ago, basically. So yeah, I haven't really read into it because like I said, I'm not into like reading about stars and stuff like that. That's just not me. And even to learn about his psychosexuality, I just want to learn it through the way I interact with him. I don't go that deep with him. Some people do go that deep with him, but I'm just going to go on the surface and see what I understand, just by knowing that, sexology and the different ranges of sexology and what it means to people to be a sexual being and how he expresses it through his music. I want to learn all them things there because he uses his music to kind of communicate how he's feeling to his fans. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to understand what his motivations are and his background and his way he thinks and all them psychosexuals that links to the fans that follow him. And I've been calling him a lyrical genius before I started calling him that today. You know what I'm saying? And I want to learn about him. I want to learn if I can hear anything about his love languages or anything like that through the music. So I'm going to be giving you the psychosexuals of that. And oh yeah, by the way, I mentioned love language. Go over right now to my Instagram page, guys. Go and say hi to that post that I posted today. Give me a little bit of a comment about what your love language is. Let me know if you know anything about your love language or if you learn anything from what I've pulled down. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll talk about love languages here. Why not? Yeah, maybe I'll do one of the psychosexuals about that. Let's get into it with no longer ado. No shorter ado. How back was the saying? Okay, so let's go. DieHard. Let's do this. It's about to start. Let's do this. And I think because I can actually put the volume up because, how can you not hear the song? Okay. So I pop the pain away, I slay the pain away. It could be that he's talking about feeling some sort of pain and feeling to ease it in a certain way and pop the pain away. I don't know if that's associated with medication that he was taking or anything like that. I'm not saying that's the case, I'm just saying how it sounds. It could be so many things. So, okay, some of this is, wait, yeah. So how much can you take? Like, have I done too much to you to forgive me? Kind of like your voice. It's beautiful. I like that grainy tone that you've got to your voice. You've got like a sandy, gravelly voice. I like it. It's just smooth. Basically, he must have been going through things when he was away for 5 years. And he's hoping that he can right those wrongs now. He can fight those demons. He can put them to rights. And then it also could be that obviously he's in a relationship and he might have gone through a lot of stuff and he's only now realizing that, yeah, he's ready. Is the partner still ready to take him how he is? Is it too late? Is it too late to kind of cancel all the things I've done to you and be the person you want me to be? Basically, is what I'm hearing there. I know I made you wait. Basically, maybe it is that my girl was waiting for a long ass time. Like, there's been so many episodes of him doing things that she didn't like. Or maybe I'm projecting now. Am I projecting? Because if I'm listening to the song, how I think he's trying to portray it to his personal person, that's how I will say it. You know what I'm saying? And then I hope I see the good. I hope you see the good in me. I hope you see the changes that I've made for you to look more like, if he's religious, he's God. Obviously, his partner shares that same religion because he's saying it in reverence to something that it sounds like they both have relation in, and that's religion. This lyric I'm not too sure about. And if it's up, stay down for me. I don't know. There's two ways you could look at that. I mean, if I was looking on a one level, there's a level that I'm not going to talk about here because it's like up and, yeah, it's just different symbols that I hear that I'll be called a conspiracy theorist or something. So I'll just leave that one to the side. But the other one that could be is if he's talking about his infidelity, if it's up, potentially if the ting-a-ling up there is up, please distill to stay down for me, like, please. Yeah. I don't know, that one is, it could be so many different meanings. Okay. That's a god. That's a... Kendrick. Let me just see what that Sarafina that you just mentioned. I know what Sarafina is. I'm just wondering why it's in the song. It has different meanings in different mindsets. In Christianity, in astrology, in Arabic, in different mindsets. So there's one mindset that says it's an angel that protects God's throne. That's one meaning. And in the Arabic version, it's a burning angel, fiery, like red, like, you know, those connotations of, but I don't know, like, in what way that connotation is, like in a good way or I don't know. It has a Hebrew origin as well, so it's like there's so many different meanings to this name. I just put it like that. Sarafina has a numerological number which is 6, which is also a quite significant number in people's realms of mindset. I can talk about this song from so many different angles of meaning. What would be the reference? That's what I want to know. I want to know their meaning of Sarafina in their lives. What does it mean to be singing and putting it in your music? Let me put it that way. So yeah, I can hear there's a reference somewhere that I don't necessarily relate to like that. But it's very common in music, common music these days. And it's, you know, you can see where different spirits going around. Let me just put it out, there's different spirits, definitely. Talks about wings and them trusting. I don't know if he's looking at his partner like that. I don't know. Let me just get back to I'll just move on. I like your voice, Amanda. It's very sweet. It's very sweet and tangy, yeah. I don't know the melodic phrases of the musical industry's language, so I'm just gonna say it my way. It sounds nice and nice and whimsical, very flowy. Yeah, it's nice, it's sweet. Shimmy Cocoa Puffs is a reference to a song. It's back in the day. It's Motown time. The origins of that lyric comes from. I don't know what it means. Like, I've loved you long time, so I'm referencing that song, or it could be so many things. You see the psychosexuals? You see where the psychosexuals is going in my head? I could be wrong, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing and hearing. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below what you guys think. Tell me what you think. Let's share ideas. I want to know what you guys are thinking and what it can mean to other people listening to it. If they've been through situations like this and whether this song would resonate with them. There could be so many different reasons. depending on what you're going through is what you'll resonate in a song, and the meanings that you feel for a song comes more alive when you're actually living in those things, if that makes sense. So if you are in love, or if you are feeling the feelings of love, or if you are feeling the feelings of joy and enjoyment, you can feel it in the song, and you'll relate to it, and you'll sing it more with passion when it gets to those sides of the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You've linked what's going on in your lives to the song, and you've married it, and that's where the sexualization comes into it, guys. You see how I linked it all together? Yeah. That's where it comes in. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below what you guys think. Here's the man of the hour. It's coming up. He's coming up right now. He's coming up. Oh, gosh. What's with these adverts in between songs, please? What is this?
Trust me, can I trust you? Don't judge me. I wonder when I lost my way. Not enough to lie about. My truth too complicated to hide now.
Okay.
You relate, but not have faith. A little I might take my time. I ain't never said.
Hey, Candy. Okay. That was a lyrical slide into his mind. I mean, if I was to start from the beginning, it's basically, he just sounds like he's asking his wife or his partner if he's able to express himself, maybe confess all the things he's been getting up to without her getting vexed with him. That's how you can look at it. Listening to a lot of guys, I hear that there's a theme that they don't feel like they're being heard sometimes. And sometimes if they do feel comfortable enough to express themselves, some people they've been with in the past would hold it against them in other ways. And I wonder in what ways they say. I don't know if it's verbally back to them or just in the way they feel that their partner talks to them or treats them because of their vulnerability. I don't know. But there is definitely, speaking to a lot of men, I hear that they don't feel heard sometimes. I really do. And I understand and I empathize with them in that respect. So I don't know if that reference in regards to can I trust you, don't judge me, is in regards to that, or in regards to the fact that he's going to confess that he has an addiction, and yeah, can you not judge me? Or he could be talking to his fans. Of course, I can't leave you guys out. I can't leave the ones that actually listen to this music a lot. I can't leave them out. I mean, I got to give them a bit of psychosexuals as well. In terms of the love that they have, it's a different type of love, obviously. Is by force acts of service, whether you like it or not, in regards to the love language, because I mean, he's producing, you're consuming, you know? So it is that transaction business-wise, but also it's the love language of he fills gaps in your spaces of your lives when you're doing whatever the heck you're doing and you're listening to Mr. Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So it's an act of service, love language, kind of like ting-a-ling relationship you guys have got with him. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I think he might be saying to you as well. Definitely the chorus sounds like it's kind of just hoping that it's all right for him to now express himself. That he's made you guys wait for 5 years, or the betrayal has been there with his partner in certain ways, but he hopes that he hasn't made her wait too long, and forgiveness, whatever way forgiveness looks like to her, can follow suit, basically. So it's like a double message. Basically, to his partner is talking about if it's okay to now reveal how he's been feeling. And now to his fans, it sounds like he's saying he's going to reveal whatever he's got to reveal. I just hope you're not going to kind of talk no nonsense in the social media platforms. Can you see the little nuances of the understandings of the psychosexual that's going on there? If it is a love message to his fans, if it is a straight out message to his girl or his woman, to his partner, then it would be a different meaning there. If it's a nod to any types of mindsets that he's part of, that could be a different meaning. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about those meanings today. I'm just talking about the psychosexuals. But I have to always bring it in. I feel like I need to always bring it in because it's so intertwined in the way he writes or he talks and the things that he says and the way he intertwines and links words, and it could mean so many different things to so many different people depending on who's listening to his music. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. But then when he says, I wonder where I lost my way, he could be talking about, I wonder when it first started that I even had the mindset to cheat. Do you get what I mean? When that whole concept started for me, where did it start? Like, and sometimes people don't look at the lyrics, they just briskly sing it without understanding. But this one is a deep one. Where did he lose his way? He's thinking about. So I've been waiting on your call. So maybe he's told her, and so he's now like anxiously waiting. Will you forgive me? Will you understand me? Would you take me as I am? Would you accept my wrongs? Would you accept my flaws? I'm waiting for you to call me to find out. And yeah, tell me you're in my corner right now. Yeah. Are we still together? Is basically what he's saying there. I mean, I've
messed up on you. I've done things that I shouldn't have done. I'm also holding myself accountable enough to tell you all the things I've done. Don't judge me on it, please. Please don't judge me on it.
And that judgment could be in regards to what I was saying, that, you know, men sometimes don't feel like they've been heard. So once they have expressed themselves, they don't then want to kind of be chastised for it in other ways, if that makes sense. So he's asking if he can show his vulnerability to somebody without feeling like he's going to be judged for it. And, you know, being vulnerable with somebody is the most strongest thing that you can do in a relationship, if your relationship is strong enough to hold it, if that makes sense. And you'll only know that by getting to understand how the person you are dealing with meets your needs and your wants, and the same way you do with them. Is it through your love language? Like I said, yeah, go over to my TikToks, go over to my Instagram, guys. You'll know what love language is all about over there. Okay, thank you. And should give it a like and a comment. Thanks, guys. So that's where the vulnerability, he's just wondering if she can hold his vulnerability like an egg without making him feel like that she can drop that egg in of vulnerability any minute and splatter all into, you know, he wants to be known that he's held. So does women, you know, but he's saying it in this way. And it's understandable. You know, I don't know if anything has happened the other way around and she's cheated or anything like that. And I wonder if these lyrics would even actually work on Kendrick. I haven't thought about that. Well, why don't we ask Kendrick? If someone was to kind of do the things he's done, if this is a love song, like I said, because there's so many different layers. It's like an onion. You can cut it in so many different ways. Yeah. And use it in all different types of stews, you know. You can use it in some light soup. You can use it in some amuko. You can use it in some you kind of say, oh, this thing, consomme. Yeah, consomme. You can use the onion in so many ways, and this song is like that. And you know, Kendrick, if you went to Ghana, I'm sure you went and tasted our cuisines. Yeah, you did. He went to Ghana, so I'm sure he tasted our cuisines. Yeah. So all your song can be cut up in those different ways of cuisines you went and ate with the onion of the song that you've created. You know what I'm saying? Because you can, like I said, there's so many different symbols I hear. Not just a love symbol, but also as speaking to his fans, speaking to maybe other sides of him that we don't necessarily see clearly. He can't hide away from his truth anymore. His truth is just too complicated to hide now because he's just doing it so much. Or his behaviour might be seen as being compulsive. And, you know, when I talk about sexual addiction, I would relate to it more as being a compulsive sexual behaviour in regards to the compulsivity of it being linked to something that might have happened in your past, and sex is how you use whatever happened in your past that maybe you are uncomfortable with or you have some trauma there with, and you're using sex as a way. But it doesn't mean we need to just take that meaning out of it and see how you still feel in being sexual in that way, because there's everybody has sexual desires. Everyone has different sexual templates. Everyone has different ways of wanting to be sexual. So his way, without all of those meanings of what happened to him in the past, could be exactly the same. Still wanting that release of having a lot of people. I don't know. But if we were to take that out and talk about it, and he can express it and see what, you know, where the linkage of how his behavior has been in the past to his sexual behavior, if there is any link there, cool, we can talk about it, see what we can do about it. If there's no link, you know, Kendrick, you go on your way, I go my way. You know, we talked, and that is just you. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, he feels that there is something there. That swimming I'm doing is really doing something for my body. I mean, look. Hey, look though. Wow. Oh, yes, Sylvs, how you going on? Look at the body. Look at the rips. No, I'm joking. Anywho, talking too much, guys. But good on me, good for me. Well done me for doing the swimmings. Yeah, you gotta give yourself self-compassion, guys. Talk to yourself in a good way. Talk to yourselves like you would talk to your friends, yeah? If they were going through something, you won't say to them, oh, look at you. Look what you've done. Look, shame on you. Of course you'd do that. It's you, isn't it? That's how some of us talk to ourselves. No. Say it's okay. You're fine. You'll get through it. You always get through things. Why won't you get through this? Come on, you've got everything you need in you. And you can do everything that you need to do in life. You can do it. Okay? That's what you tell a friend. So why don't you tell yourselves that as well, eh? Why don't you tell yourselves that sometimes when things go not the way you want it to go? Give yourself compassion. It's one of the the most important thing that you could give yourself. Self-compassion. Look at yourself as somebody that is going to have flaws, but what are you going to do to boost yourself up within those flaws that you have and still pierce through your greatness? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ask yourself, what are you going to do? Give yourself that compassion, guys. But we have to climb over those flaws and still be who we're meant to be in life. What do you mean? What the heck? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We gotta do it for ourselves. We gotta do it for ourselves. There's nothing a harsh word could say to you that a kind-hearted word to yourself couldn't make much better. Just think about it. Let them marinate in your spirit. Okay, let's continue. But yeah, you're welcome. So ain't no saving face this time. It sounds like he's just going to bear it all to her. I'm going to just tell you, yeah, this is what I was doing, girl. I was doing this here when I went to this club and this gig. I was doing this there when I went to this town with this entourage. I was doing this when I was swimming at that elite place there. I was in the yacht. I was like getting like, you know, twerked on here. I think that's what he meant. He's going to just, no saving face. He's going to tell her all the actions he's been doing. Or he might have been subtle with it. But yeah, so I don't know if that's how Kendrick decided to say it. And I've just kind of given you guys an idea of the twerking in the yacht and them things there. I don't know. So there's that. And then we go back into the sexy tonals of Mr. Blast. Like, in regards to the what Kendrick said, he could be talking to his fans, as in, I've been away, I've come back. I hope it's not too late to tell you guys what I've been up to. Me hope say me not get no judgments for the things that I'm about to talk about. It is quite complicated and them things there. Me can't hide them, so I might as well start talking to the press about them. Yeah, I was cheating. Yeah. I was cheating. So it could be to the fans as well, these lyrics. It could be. It could be to the fans, like my Ghanaian brothers and sisters would say. Yeah. So it could be that. So yeah, like I said, in terms of hoping to see the God in him, it could be in reference to a few things. God is good. That is a meaning of God adhered to and seen and felt, if that makes sense. So, you know, if he's trying to be better in his behaviour and not cheat on her anymore, like, I hope you can see that I'm fighting off these demons that make me do what I shouldn't do. His meaning of having too much sex has been that demons are what he needs to fight to get out of that. And, which is fair enough. I printed out the lyrics, so I'm looking at the lyrics while I'm talking to you guys. And I'm just seeing, like, words that make him sound like there's a bit of grandiose there in a certain type of way. And it sounds quite religious in its connotation. So that's why, you know, when he says, I hope we see the God in me, just wait a second. The next lyrics will tell you why it sounds like he's saying this. Okay, let's listen to it. And the feeling of the deep, deep, the feeling of the deep, deep. There's so many meanings to that, isn't there? She could be talking about deep in terms of mentality, like I feel you on a really deep level, baby. Yeah, we're like that. Or it could be deep as in penetration. Let me be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat things here. It could be a sexual act of penetration and she feels it deep. One of the two. I'm just wondering, again, the Sarafina flaming us. I don't know if when they're having sex, that's how it looks. I don't know. I don't know where the linkage is. But that's what it says there now. She's confirming to him that I don't know who wrote the lyrics there, that they, should I say, are enjoying having their sexual needs and gratifications met with him. Because like I've been saying, guys, sex is for you and sex is for the person or the persons that you choose to be with intimately. And it's your responsibility to get to the levels of what you want to get to in any sexual encounter. You know what I'm saying? But you choose to do it with certain people because we put pressures on ourselves as to how to be when we're being sexual. That's why sometimes, performance anxiety can actually play a part in terms of feeling like you're more performing or, doing something instead of feeling what you're feeling, enjoying what you're feeling. So even if you are the one giving pleasure, you're still enjoying the giving of the pleasure and you'll be mindful of that and you're enjoying it even more. Does that make sense? Just let that marinate, how that could feel. It could feel real good as well. It's you first and then the actions and then the person. Let me just give you that formula there. Anyway, let me move on because that's not what I'm meant to be talking about today, guys. But yeah, in terms of what she's saying, she's just confirming that, yeah, she enjoys what they do together, basically. Due to YouTube guidelines, I had to mute because apparently I was infringing on copyright laws and things like that. So, yeah. It was the second verse, though. That's interesting. I mean, it's interesting. Those lyrics are quite interesting because it just gives a different type of a meaning to the song for me, even though, like I said, it's the psychosexuals I'm looking at. But these lyrics were quite deep in the sense of he was really applying himself to religion, is the way I'm going to put it. Really taking on a role that, a lot of people might even see as being blasphemous. Interesting. Obviously, he said he's got some regrets, and those regrets, if he's talking about infidelity, then it's that. Or if he's talking about just life and things that has happened to him, it could be that. It could be regrets that he's taken so long to put out an album, to the funds. It could be that. But at the same time, he must say, my past won't keep me from my best. And I love that. I love that saying. I love it. And even in the way he melodicalized that saying, like, I have regrets, but my past ain't gonna cause me from getting my best. I mean, it's just a punchy line that's just like, yes, Kendrick, yes, we're by your side and we're gonna tap into that and talk about that and use that for our own lives. Yeah. My past ain't gonna tell me or dictate to me how my future's gonna be. Are you nuts? What bonkers and nonsense would that be? So I felt that. The motivation went down in the body, yeah. And that's, a different way of feeling the song. Like, that personal one word for me meant more than the whole of the lyrics of everything else. But someone else, they could be going through something that he's going, a similar situation. So different lyrics of the song can be penetrating that person in another way psychosexually. You know what I'm saying? So it's different ways of seeing the song. But yeah, it really hit me there, Kendrick. Thank you for that. Thank you. But I wonder also what it means. Because there he's talking in his own right. If it's to do with the relationship. But like I said, there's different levels to what he's talking about here. So I don't know if he's actually talking about something else. In terms of his past won't keep him from his best. Or his past in regards to any type of trauma that he's been living with. And that's come out in the ways that he's expressed it. And now he feels that he's at his ultimate level that he can penetrate and get to the bestness that he's got in him. Do you get what I'm saying? So it could be that as well. So subtle mistakes felt like life or death. I mean, it's the meaning of subtle here that I would want to know in regards to what he's talking about. Because a subtle meaning of infidelity is not subtle to some people. You know what I'm saying? So I would want to know what he means in that respect, what subtle means to him in that respect. But then he talks about wanting to see his family stronger. He doesn't want what he's done in the past to affect the relationship anymore because he wants to continue to be with his family and build on the bond that he has with his family. And also wants to obviously keep the money rolling in for longer. It could be, if he's part of any type of like association or anything like that, it could be wanting to continue to build the money, build the stuff that people in those types of echelons build, if you know what I mean. So I'll leave it like that. So what do you guys think about what I'm saying? Guys, you would know more than me. You would know Kendrick more than me. The lost ones keeping me up at night. Very interesting. I mean, it could be the lost ones that he's had all that action with, and, you know, he was having the sexual activities with. It could be lost ones that he's lost in terms of his loved ones that have actually passed away. It could be the guilt of what he's done, and then the lost ones keeping him up. The lost ones, it could be so many things. It could be so many things. But it sounds like towards the end of the song, he's seeing things more in a optimistic way because he's worked on fought his demons, should I say, through the, you know, through what Blast says in that delicious gravelly voice of his. In a way, he's vowing to his partner as well that, listen, girl, them things that I used to do back in the day, me not do them things no more, girl. Yeah, and I'm telling you through this song, yeah. So it could be that as well. Yeah, and then he says, I still risk it for a stranger. And again, that's where the reference comes in. It sounds like he puts himself really in the center of a specific religion as the person that is the person. It just sounded a little bit, to me. Or could he be saying, risk it all for a stranger? Potentially, he's thinking about his addiction and thinking, okay, there is a lot of, you know, risk in the lives of the worlds that we live in. Would I potentially still risk it all for a stranger like I have done in the past? So it's two ways you can look at it. You can look at it that he's the center of a religion, or he's at the center of his worries of the world for him, or the meaning of worries for him in the world as being, could he potentially risk it all for another stranger, and that which will then affect his, you know, his relationship again. And then he's like, if I told you who I am, would you use it against me? He could also be talking to you guys, the fans, saying, you know, right or wrong, no stones, just love for me. So don't be writing in those social media platforms that, oh my God, Kendrick is really out here doing things, innit? Don't be writing things. Give him love. Send him love. It could be that. Or, like I said, it could have this grandiose, holy thing.
Pray for London. Yeah. It's all for nothing.
Maybe you make me pray for London. And it sounds like he has some sort of affiliation to Nipsey Hussle. Like, he mentions Nipsey Hussle through Blast. But then also, obviously, he used Nipsey Hussle as a reference in his other song. Well, the first song I've heard from like I said, I've heard 2 songs from the album. Part 5, or I think it's called Part 5. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, it sounds like he has some sort of affiliation to him. So I don't know if he's part of the lost one. When he says London, I'm wondering, why is he talking about where I live? But then I'm wondering, is he referring to Nipsey Hussle's wife, to his partner before he passed away? But why though? Yeah, because if I want it all without you involved, and then in the brackets it says effing love you, I guess all for nothing. If his partners are not in his life, then he's doing everything for nothing, basically. It's for nothing. So he hopes that everything that he's saying is going to be okay for them to move on, with the notion that he just doesn't want to kind of do all of what he's doing and she's not there. It's basically what I'm getting. But then why reference London? There seems to be some intertwining link between Kendrick Lamar and Nipsey Hussle. And let me not lie to you guys again, Nipsey was another one. I didn't know him until he passed away. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not really into hip-hop like that. But I also like the notion of the lyrics being said in a way that I don't ever kind of attune my psychosexuals to in hip-hop stylings. But I think I need to, because I'm liking the entendre. Double entendre. I forgot the double bit. I like the double entendres of the conversations of the lyrics of the rappings. Yeah, I like it, Kendrick. I like it. I like it. But yeah, I'm just wondering, this London... It sounds like he feels like he's even embodying Nipsey Hussle in a way. I'm just, unless they were best friends. Were they best friends? I don't know. Maybe he just felt a connection, a deep connection to him. But for me, if it's London, he might just be saying, you know what, he's praying for us here in London. Thanks, Kendrick. I'm sure your fans are receiving that praying that you're praying for them. I'm sure they are. So it could be that. But guys, that's it. That's my first Psychosexuals for the Mr. Kendrick Lamar. But like, the long and short of what I feel about the whole of the song is basically, like I said, there's double entendres going on. There could be different meanings. It sounds like it's a direct, open letter to his wife, his partner, and being raw with her, and you know, seeing how much he feels that he can divulge to her, and whether she can hold it. I've repeated I'm saying all the things I said before, guys. I'm saying it all again, just as a summary. And then also at the end, it sounds like he feels like he's just confident enough that he's gone through whatever he's gone through in the whatever years that he's worked on himself, going through therapy, etc., etc., that he's not going to ever be tempted to be with an encounter that is not healthy for his relationship. That's something I'll say. Count me out. Okay, I might as well just continue listening to songs and come back. That's it, guys, for me doing the Psychosexuals of DieHard from Kendrick Lamar's new album, Mr. Morales and the Steppers. And the big steppers, sorry, I missed the big bit out, and you know, big is important in certain aspects of some people's lives, so I don't know what, anyway. But yeah, so guys, you know where to find me, guys. Sex Talk with Sylvs on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and TikToks, and LinkedIn, I think is also there as well. So guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you until the next album definition of a song. See you soon, guys. Stay blessed. Bye.